just here in Charlotte. Lea Jansen, a formidable tennis player at the collegiate ranks, playing at Washington State, as well as a few other institutions. She's trained just about everywhere in the U.S., just in terms of she started in San Diego, California, Bobby Riggs Racket and Paddle Club, then moved on to Austin, Texas, where she now is, along with several of our professionals on tour.
Yes, trained some in Florida as well. I mean, Lea has really invested the time off the court into her game, and it shows, and that's why late in the day, Lea Jansen, in not just singles, but in all 3 events, is there. And a little nervy start here for Brooke. Brooke played actually a perfect first point, and a kind of missed hit Lea Jansen volley landed in the court, and it's wild how one little incident like that can produce 4 to start. Brooke needed that missed serve there, so let's see if she can settle in here amongst family and friends in Charlotte.
Catching Lea on the forehand side.
Yeah, wasn't an adjustment off the ball, off the tape, where she looked like she was in great shape, and then terrible and great again.
1-4.
Nice North Carolina bounce for Brooke there.
Lea Jansen has played in 4 women's singles finals this year alone, still looking to find her first title in 2023 in women's pro singles. 4 silvers ain't too bad, though.
No. And there's just Jansen keeps adding to her game, and that 2-handed backhand right there, both dropping it and then passing Buckner, really impressive.
4-2.
Lea Jansen so quick to get to that kitchen line. It's almost as if she's still on the move as she's hitting that approach shot.
2-4.
Tough serve from Brooke Buckner.
Yeah, I like that she's going after her serve. It's going to set up the groundies that are so good.
Brooke Buckner is in the record books in a few different categories from Michigan. Program's all-time leader in singles victories, doubles triumphs, 121, and combined wins.
It's no joke right there.
It's no joke.
4-3. Point.
Also mom to Lucas.
5-3.
Big forehand winner, Brooke Buckner.
Huge swing at that forehand. Blows it past Jansen, and that is hard to do because Jansen reads her opponent so well.
3-5. Point.
And that just comes from being on tour and playing the top tier pros time and time again.
I love that Buckner knows what she knows. It's back to that Princess Bride I love to talk about, inconceivable, that you can know.
Side out.
So she went the other way because Lea knows that she likes to pass on the right side, and Buckner has had 3 different points in this first game where she has been way ahead and hasn't finished on the backhand side.
5-4.
Something to see if she can keep setting it up because the point construction is great.
Side out.
That's the pressure of what deep groundies can do. If your feet aren't
4, 5.
moving to get yourself out of the way, you're not going to make good contact. Well, that's 2 in a row. That one might stay in.
Point. Time in. 5, 5.
A little extra oomph on that. Clean put away from Brooke Buckner. Brooke on Team Yola.
6, 5. Point.
And that's why she's such a good singles player. Can pass with both the two-handed backhand and the forehand. And Buckner up a couple here.
7, 5. Side out.
Side out for Lea Jansen.
5, 7. Point.
When you're standing at the kitchen line, what are you trying to keep in mind as you have your opponent looking for winners, passing shots?
Yeah, so you got to, okay.
6, 7.
Is this, what are the tendencies? Number one, what does the paddle look like? Where's the, you're looking at a lot of things, but the big key is if I'm up and they're back, let's keep them back. And then find that.
Point.
That is just an extreme angle. You better watch out if you're sitting in the stands.
Yeah, we're going to see more. You usually see more extreme angles tomorrow and Saturday in the doubles because there's 2 people to cover all that. But Lea's not leaving any chance that Buckner's running that down in her hometown.
Point.
Buckner came roaring in from a difficult position, but wanted to take the net away from Jansen and just could never be set to make a good volley there. Good job by Jansen, keeping the pressure on.
Point.
And Jansen continues to keep the pressure on. 9-7, so a timeout called this year alone. Brooke Buckner, if she were able to pick up a victory here, would be the 5th.
Point.
There you see the variety of volleys that Lea Jansen has. She cuts it short to bring you up and not give you a perfect striking position, and then takes a two-handed backhand and rips a winner, and suddenly has flipped the script here and has got a game point of her own.
Side out.
And there just wasn't enough height.
Yeah, because Lea's such a good athlete. Got there with plenty of time, but just nowhere to go.
7, 10. Side out.
Another side out for Lea Jansen, still looking for game 1.
Ten, 7. Side out.
Great hold from Buckner there.
Seven, 10.
It was only just a few short weeks ago these two faced off against one another. As Brooke Buckner finds another 8-10.
And it looked nothing like this. I actually talked to Brooke after that match out in the parking lot, and she was just like, not my best today. Well, it's a lot better today, a lot more competitive. Not surprised by that at all.
8, 10.
It's a heck of a drop for Lea Jansen, and you could see the deflection of that ball off the sideline, that's going to tell you exactly where that ball went.
Yeah, and Buckner could not believe it. The ball before that went off the tape. She was so far ahead, and she's thinking, this is 9-10. Not to be.
Ball called out of bounds, which would be game number 1, and Brooke checking to make sure that ball's out of bounds. The paddle tap comes for Lea Jansen here at the OS First North Carolina Open, a home tournament for Brooke Buckner, who has played outstanding on the day. She looks to continue the trek through the semifinal now. We'll have to find 2 games back-to-back to move on to Championship Sunday.
Had a big opportunity on the second backhand. She got a ball popped up and didn't come forward, and then had to try and pass the third time, hit it deep. So I think as she continues to play the best player, she'll see those opportunities that her ground strokes create and be able to take advantage of it.
She just tried to power through Lea Jansen. That's not easily done.
No, such great court coverage from Lea there. I mean, Lea is so talented at getting a paddle, and even on that ball, not only did she get a paddle on it, but she got the right angle of the paddle to put it into the open court.
Just incredible hustle from Lea Jansen. But Brooke Buckner getting that just out of reach.
Yeah, it was the perfect amount to tantalize Lea to go, yeah, you can kind of maybe get that one. Nope.
0-0.
That's a great word, use of the word tantalize, Dave. Pulling that out 4 hours in. Look at you go.
I'm here for you. Great two-handed backhand there from Buckner. I think you're going to see her more and more in these singles battles.
1-0.
And Buckner guessed right there. She was in jail, but found the key.
A 2-0 start for Brooke Buckner.
2-0.
And the defensive lob becomes offensive.
Perfect ball from Jansen.
Zero, 2. Point.
And another close one. Brooke thinking that ball's in, but
Looked wide live. She's not going to challenge.
Point.
It's the shot before that that Buckner had the two-handed backhand roll to get down, and it did not. It stayed up, and then she's in trouble. And again, Jansen, so smart, just cuts that to make your life miserable because she's just going to stay at that kitchen line.
Side out.
Jansen with a missed serve. She also has one of the toughest serves on the women's side.
Yeah, we've had interviews with her where she's talked about looking at, again, you steal a little something from this player, and really going after the serve.
It's almost as if it's like a pendulum swinging. You know, oftentimes I look at a lot of tennis players that come over and they still kind of keep it elbow bent and a little wristy to create a ton of topspin. But when you think of a serve like Ben Johns, he goes full pendulum, elbow almost stiff.
Point.
And you want to find what is your motion. I like to step into my serve,
yeah,
which
you do.
adds a lot of different things, sort of like deckle bar to get that full torque.
Yeah.
And again, it's find what you can do consistently, and repeatable is the key to a great serve.
Up until that point, Lea had done a nice job on some of her defensive contacts from the baseline, still dropping those in, getting herself into position. That one was just a bit too much to handle. And that's a big point. I want you all to think back to that rally, because Lea Jansen hit not only a fantastic two-handed backhand, but then on the approach shot, look at this. She goes with the one hand. Versatility on full display.
And Brooke was walking back to serve, and here comes Lea Jansen pulling the next one back and wasn't quite ready and got jammed and couldn't make it. Great athlete, Lea Jansen.
This time she goes to the forehand. Fists are in the air for her from the crowd. Forehand to the forehand side. Still on the move for Brooke Buckner. Little conversation to the crowd. A few outbursts in the middle of the rally. We saw Annalie Waters and a fantastic semifinal in terms of something to get her fire going.
Yeah, as you said, the bear got poked, and then it was lights out.
And my point is, Lea Jansen also a player that loves to play with the emotion on her side. Right now, she's on the outstretch. Very rhythmic player. Able to string points together. One point advantage now resides on the side of Jansen. You got to be able to have experience in some big time moments to be able to win in big time moments like this. And Brooke Buckner, having such a fantastic tennis career, has to be able to draw from that. So even though she may not have been in a semifinal like this on the Carvana PPA Tour, she still has plenty to lean on.
Yeah, and even the quarterfinal, I believe that the match against Lea was before.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what I did and did not do well. And there's a drop, which we haven't seen a lot of from Buckner. She's been just trying to blast it past Jansen. A lot of determined looks on the ladies' faces this afternoon, Cam. They're into this. Oh.
Massive backhand winner for Brooke Buckner. They have really been playing with the right side line, both of them looking to find success.
perfect approach by Lea Jansen there, and then doesn't make the high forehand volley, and Buckner keeps the lead.
And just so much depth from Lea Jansen. When you watch these athletes hit ground strokes, just watch how they utilize their legs, dropping those hips all the way down to be able to get underneath this pickleball. It doesn't bounce like a tennis ball. You gotta get way low. Look at that, her left knee is nearly skidding along the green.
If you don't bend in this sport, you cannot win. And it hurts, but it's part of it. That's why all those days off the court are so critical. Same ball, and you could see Lea go, hello. You got to be able to make that. Yeah.
Six.
All tied up at 6 apiece.
Point.
A little bit of a duff shot just off the top of the paddle for Brooke Buckner, and a lead change, 7-6. Just
Yeah, you'll see sugar and soft drinks and everything brought over to her to get that under control, and that's such a good volley right there.
she's just fighting more than one opponent
Absolutely.
at any given time.
That's why her results are so impressive with everything else going on, but it also proves desire, understanding, can persevere through anything.
2-point advantage now for Jansen. And getting handcuffed. That's almost just too much on her paddle.
Yeah, she tried. She was, her mind literally went, just drop it. No, hit it hard. And then she did 50% of both and missed it. A couple of balls on the forehand that she'd normally make.
It's like dating apps. You got too many options, Dave.
Swipe some direction.
And a point for Brooke Buckner. On the odd, serving from the left. Brooke Buckner just within one. She's already taken down one giant in Catherine Parento.
Moment in time can go for a big serve and set up a good chance for a pass. And Buckner went for the serve and got a short return and just didn't make it. So let's see if that will be a deciding factor here.
And a few side outs now between these two. Women's semifinal action. Brooke Buckner needs 2 games. Lea Jansen already has 1 in her pocket.
Slipped on her towel over there.
She's okay? That one made me really nervous. I lost my breath.
Yeah, because as an athlete, you're running and you don't, you know, your footing you trust will be the court and not a towel. My goodness, that could have been really bad. I'm so glad she's okay over there. Folks, put your towel outside the lines, please. Farther outside the lines.
Come on, Lea, let's go. And cheering herself on as she has dropped one beneath, but a side out in her direction.
Side out.
Fantastic two-handed backhand there from Buckner. I'm going to use your 3 millimeters again. That was like 3 millimeters above.
I don't know why I always go with that number. I should just start changing it every time.
Yeah, just
3, 4, 1.
Yeah, keep me on my toes. Give me a number. Oh, and Buckner again has had a couple looks at forehands, just a little frustrated with herself. because she's setting herself up with a chance to take this game too.
9.
Great execution from Brooke Buckner.
No fear, following it in. Solid swinging two-handed backhand. I know you don't see that a lot, but that gets her into a better position. And in this case, it's a winner.
And now she's starting to follow in that successive shot off the kitchen line.
And I think the more she does that, the more of a menace. And you mentioned only a few players making it into Championship Sunday. As she gets comfortable doing that, she's going to put her name on that, and she may put her name on that coming out of this very match.
Fighting tooth and nail is Brooke Buckner. She picked up game 2.
Needed for these players that have been playing singles all day long. I know I'd be wearing out that. So good for recovery and before you play.
So Dave, let's reset the scene here as we head to game number 3. This is women's semifinal action. Lea Jansen versus Brooke Buckner. Brooke Buckner, the 7 seed, taking down Catherine Parento earlier in the quarterfinals. The number 2 seed in this tournament. She would now have to take down number 3 to get to championship match, where Anna Lee Waters will be her opponent potentially. Lea Jansen, though, has had 4 silvers this year on the Carvana PPA Tour for women's pro singles. Still looking for her first gold in 2023.
0-1.
Oh.
Trying to pull out the lefty.
Can't get my body turned around to hit the backhand, so let's flip the paddle over there. I mean, whatever it takes, make them hit one more ball. Just couldn't make that there, but
I mean, we see Riley do it all the time.
Absolutely.
Little different grip, though.
Yes, a little different grip, and usually from the kitchen line. Oh, that's a great return.
Man, it is just so hard to hit those overheads to a place that creates problems, because oftentimes you hit that shallow, it's going to pop up, and it almost is a favor to your opponent.
It really is, because it's got pace on it too, so now you're out of position suddenly.
Side out.
Side out for Lea Jansen. So if you're Brooke Buckner, and now you've got not only a scouting report coming into it, but from game 1 to game 2, where might you look in game 3 to try and score some points now that you know some patterns?
I mean, I really think this comes down to the execution of the game plans. If Lea gets a return or her approach shot, whichever it might be, deep, Buckner is really in trouble because she can't pass with that pace. But anything shorter, and it's trouble. Like there, Lea knows she's not going to be able to come in behind it. Buckner has had several of those types of opportunities right there. She was able to overcome some misses in game 2 when she got the shorter return. She's got to push forward when she has that opportunity too.
Lea with her second. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, again, that backhand side volley. What a great ball to come in behind for Buckner, but then rolls that deep. Can't do that here in game 3.
Point.
Big serve for Lea Jansen.
It took a funny bounce, and Buckner had to lunge at the last second. Let's keep those towels over to the side. Thank you.
We haven't even mentioned, we talked some about the service pressure, but the game of singles, the serve and return game has to be absolutely on point.
Yeah, we talk about doubles. Some players are bringing their bigger serves from singles, and it can help set up, but here you've got to have both of those going full blast or you will not win.
Did you say full blast?
Full blast. Full blast and then full protractor angle, Brooke Buckner. My goodness. Lea's not tracking that one.
1-3.
There's a big serve.
Point.
Yeah, and so there's that. We've seen a few mishits. We won't see those in doubles because your pressure to just push yourself forward isn't there as much in the return game because you're not going to get past. So you can give yourself the right swing. Here, Lea knows I got to take every step and every second away from Brooke, and sometimes marrying that up with a well-hit serve is going to be a problem, and you're not making a clean contact. And that one you saw fouled out into the stands on the first base side.
2-3. Side out.
Another ball where Buckner cannot believe it. So 2 opportunities there. One would have been to follow that up and take it out of the air, and then obviously just make that next pass.
Lea Jansen picks up the win here. She would face Annalie Waters in the final. They have played in 2 finals this year alone.
Point.
I'm so impressed with that backhand of Lea Jansen. Just, you know, we've noticed even on the men's side, it's so hard to be able to find great range while outstretched on the backhand side. You just don't have the flexibility as well as the angle
4-2
to create, and she's doing a nice job.
It's so good, and that was the mistake that Buckner made earlier. Doesn't have that same backhand roll volley, and it may end up being the difference in this match.
Timeout.
We've also been told.
Pickleball, that's for sure.
Point.
So the end change and number 7 for Lea Jansen.
7-2. Point.
What can you do to slow her down?
Well, that forehand there, she's in position, but it's got to be lower or on the ground with that roll. And again, Lea's going to keep coming forward and make you beat her with the best stuff. Brooke was able to do it in game 2.
Side out.
Now she's got to dig in and find it. Starts with going for the serve. Can't let nerves or the score change the way you serve.
2-8. Side out. Hey, 2.
I like it. Jansen taking the time there. That ball landed on the kitchen line. She could have taken it out of the air, but instead let it bounce.
Yeah, and then take a survey. Where's Brooke? Where do I want to go with this? She knows she's going to get a bounce. If that ball's not going to bounce above the height of the net, that's a bad play. She knew that would, and then take your time. Well done. Boy, that took a weird bounce.
Yeah, it did.
And the
How
problem
odd
now,
was that? And Brooke's even looking back. Usually when you take a funky bounce, what ends up happening is it drops short. It doesn't come up. That, like, hit a trampoline. It launched.
that went up in the air, and here we are at match point quickly.
Lea Jansen looking for Championship Sunday. Out of bounds, Lea Jansen is victorious. 11-2.